Quilt Roadies. Well, don't I look gorgeous today? Who would have thought that a 2-year-old could do me in? We have been having a wonderful time. It is such a blessing to wake up in the morning and hear squeals and running around of little pitter-patters. It takes you back. It just takes you back. But that little youngster, the youngest one, oh my gosh, is he like trying to haul a 50-pound bag of rice around. My back is my aching sacroiliac. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. And I know that for them, it's probably not near as fun as it is for me, because their whole lives are kind of upended with the impending sale of their home and just trying to take the next step in life. But we're taking it as a blessing. Today I was able to eke out a little time this morning, and I went to a girlfriend's house and we stitched and talked. Just a nice little quiet time together, which is always, when you can get together with your friends, that's nothing but a good time. Yeah, nothing but a good time. I don't have a whole lot to share with you today. This is going to be a short one. All it's going to be is chit-chatting. I have not, I haven't had much time, let me tell you. I didn't realize how much time I was spending stitching until I didn't have time to stitch. And so I haven't gotten a whole lot accomplished. I am still, and I hope you go get your stitching, I am working on the binding of what I have now named my quilt called Mount Soraksan. It's a mountain in Korea, and it's going to be in the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show, so I need to get this binding tacked down, and I'm making good progress on that, because every time I sit down I try to get two or three lengths of thread in, and it kind of makes it easier when you think about it that way instead of thinking about the whole project. But just think in terms of, I'll just stitch for one length of thread, or I'll just stitch for a couple of lengths of thread, and then before you know it, that binding is all tacked down. I love this quilt. I just love this quilt. It has it's a combination of wovens and some Asian fabrics I had. It's just lovely, lovely. Oop, I unthreaded my needle. So what have you been doing? I know that it's hard to believe, but there was snow on the other side of the mountain. Some of the passes had snow. It's May. Give me a break. Although I remember, although it didn't stick, I remember back in the 80s that one time we were celebrating 4th of July, and where we lived was in a cul-de-sac, and so the whole cul-de-sac would get out and set up their chairs, and then the kids would set off fireworks in the middle of the cul-de-sac, which was a lot of fun. And it was snowing. It was spitting snow. It didn't stick, but it was still snowing. And that was July. So I guess I shouldn't be so surprised that there is snow in May. It's not unheard of. Interestingly enough, since I started wearing bifocals, the readers don't work so good. I see better without the readers sometimes. It's interesting how eyesight is that way. I got a couple of packages. I'll have to show them to you. Oh, and before we get any further, I haven't heard from Carol Olson, the winner of the little batik kit. So if any of you know her, or if she's out there, Carol, I need your mailing address soon. I had one purchased from So Yeah, and you know, I bought this pack. It's 3 1-yard packs, and I bought it because my son is a paramedic, and it was like all this theme. But then, now that I look at it, I think the last thing he wants is something made for him that reminds him he's a paramedic. What was I thinking? I can make it for my grandson. Yeah, his son. His son will love it. I'll make something for him. Pillowcase or something. This pack I bought because I was thinking about my cousin Mike. And it's the Bob Ross pack. And so it has squirrels. It has happy trees. It has paintbrushes. And then there's a panel that is a scenery panel. And that's the Bob Ross. So that was the only thing that I ended up purchasing since we last met. I did receive a lovely package, and look at this sweet card. Sherry, who sent this, used to be a Longaberger basket. I know most of you know what Longaberger baskets are. I could never afford them when they were at the height of popularity. I've never owned one, but she used to be a Longaberger consultant, and they were if you've never heard of them, they were a very sought after utilitarian and decor item for your home. And she said, this is interesting to me. I guess it would be like any of those businesses that had sales consultants that were nationwide, like Avon or Mary Kay or Tupperware back in the day, that they would have conventions for all of their associates. And they were held in Columbus, Ohio, and it was known as the Bee. So a lot of, over the years of her being a consultant, she collected a lot of bee things, and so she sent them to me. They're quite cute. So here's this little cup, and it says Longaberger on it, and this thing is just so cute. It's pottery, but it's a candle. Isn't that adorable? And then I was fascinated by this little bag of bees because they're like, they look like they're almost carved out of wood or something. It's little bees, but it's a pin, so it's going to be really cute on a pin cushion. And then look at this guy. This is actually one of those Boyd bears, which were another collectible back in the day. But he got little wings because he's a bee bear. And there was a coaster. And another type of coaster. So that was like a little special treat. Thank you so much. I just, this little candle is adorable. And I burn candles. And I have a whole bag of those tea lights, they're called, tea light candles. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sherry. You can tell I'm kind of low-key. I'm a little tired. And I watch my son and daughter-in-law, and I think to myself, okay, they're young, but how they have this last week with 2 little kids packed up their home, repaired, cleaned. I just can't imagine. I know that back in the day we had that level of exhaustion from all that we were doing as we were moving around, but just watching them, I feel so empathetic, so empathetic. Oh, I don't need these glasses for this. Yeah, so we had a break in the weather. It was, so far no rain today, maybe just a little sprinkle, but no rain, which is nice. I was showing my friend a little bit today about Sashiko. She had bought a Sashiko kit, and Sashiko is just the most relaxing craft or stitch. But I know that I have the same Sashiko book she had just ordered. Yes, I did enable her. I was just looking for it on my bookshelf. Yeah. That's the thing. We have so many books. It's nice to sit here and just kind of look at your books and dream about so here's a book, A Cottage Garden. Stitch and enjoy a bounty of beautiful blossoms. Now this book, Kathy Cardiff signed it for me too. It has all these cool little projects that are very needle books, pin cushions, memory keepers. I mean, this is and look at the quilt on the back. That's what's, here's how I can enable. Just go through a couple of books every time, huh? Then I can take a look at them too. This is a book called Use Scraps, Sew Blocks, Make 100 Quilts by Stuart Hilliard. And it is hardback book. Wow. How cool is this book? I know you're going, show me, show me. I'm going to find one that I really like. I mean, I really like this one, Square the Circle. Mainly because, look at it. It uses a lot of, well, duh, use scraps, sew blocks. I mean, I love the idea of using up Because, oh, when you look at your stash, don't you think, how am I going to make a quilt out of everything? And does everything have to be so perfectly coordinated? But you can, oh, I like this one, Dresden Sunflower. Dresden Sunflower. Some of these are so simple, but they're stunning. Like this one is called Stripes and Snowballs. So basically all you're doing is strip piecing. You're strip piecing until you get a square that's like a 10.5-inch square. And then on 4 corners, you're sewing a small, like 2.5-inch square. So you're making a snowball block, but you create this stunning quilt. And it's with, I really want to do this one now. I'm looking at my stash going, oh my gosh. You know, the thing about scrap quilts though, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but the thing about scrap quilts is that you end up buying fabric. You think on a scrap quilt you're going to make it totally out of your stash, but somehow you end up buying fabric for it. At least that's been my experience. I'm going to do that. I'm going to just do that one. That would be so simple just to take, they don't even tell you like you have to have so many 1-inch or so many 2-inch. They just say take 8 strips between 1 and 3 inches and sew them together, so they're randomly sewn together. Oh, I'm just like looking at the stash. How many can I make out of this stash? And then, how cool is that? And there's 25 blocks in 5 rows of 5. And it ends up being 56 by 56. You know, back of the couch, hang on the wall. I love this. And they alternate between having the strips go vertically or horizontally. Huh. So simple. So simple. Okay, so there's my 2-book review. If I sit here, I will pull 2 books out every time and share them with you. And then maybe you'll want to make, I'm going to make that strip pieced one. I am going to make that one. Let's see, where's my needle? Oh, there it is. I have been on somewhat of a rant again about the disgusting shows on TV. I mean, I saw a commercial for a show. Please, please tell me that our world is not going to hell in a handbasket. Please tell me that. Because this show was a reality show, because I'm banning all reality shows. Because they're not real. Give me a break. They're not real. So here the commercial says these people are looking for their mate. Oh, this is the perfect way to find a mate. Do I sound judgmental? I think I am. I think I am when it comes to this show. So it's you want to find your mate, but you can't talk. So all the people on this island, probably in the middle of Los Angeles, I don't know, you have to find your perfect mate the way animals do. Oh my God. Please, please tell me I don't live in a world where there's people watching that show. Oh my gosh. Yeah. can't even begin to tell you how disgusted I was. How disgusted I was. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Give me a good Downton Abbey movie. I can't wait till that comes out. You know, when you think about it, you know, I used to watch Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy. I don't know. Doesn't anybody like that stuff anymore? Yeah. We got a little break in the weather, so G's out on a hike. I went to my friend's house and am now back home. The little guy's down for a nap. His brother is over at the other grandparents' house. Life is full. Life is full. Yeah. But you can tell I'm a little bit tired. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Looking forward to doing some camping this month. Oh, see, I've already, just in our conversation here, I finished one length of thread. So that feels like a big accomplishment. I'm not going to start any new quilt project till I at least get the blocks tacked down and stitched for that sashiko quilt that I'm working on. But I think the next quilt project I'm going to do is going to be that strip one, because that would be that'd be a piece of cake. Okay, let's see. I've done 1, 2 sides. I'm working on side number 3. Yay. Okay. Short but sweet. Know I love you guys. Hang in there. Get outside. When the sun is shining, take a walk. It does great things for your soul. I need to listen to myself. See you guys next time. Bye.